My name is Sophia Martinez, and I am 59 years old. For more than 3 years, I lived in a house that looked normal from the outside, but was, in truth, a private prison. My son, Daniel, who should have been my protector and pride, became the source of my deepest fear. When I finally escaped, I didn't know if I would survive a single night on my own. But I found shelter in the house of my old friend, Caroline. Her home was small, but warm, with a guest room she prepared for me as if she had been waiting all along. "This was my daughter's room before she got married," Caroline told me gently, patting the bedspread. "Now it's yours, for as long as you need it." That night, for the first time in years, I slept without trembling at every sound in the hallway. No footsteps, no shouting, no sudden punches. Instead, I found myself lying in bed wide awake, frightened of the silence itself. Peace can be terrifying when you are no longer used to it. The next morning, my lawyer and friend, Brenda, called. "Daniel's bail hearing is today at 2, she told me. "The judge will decide whether he can be released until trial." Fear gripped me again. What are the chances he'll be released? With the evidence we have, very slim, but your testimony will be crucial. The judge needs to understand the danger he poses. The courtroom was small but suffocating. Daniel sat at the defense table in an orange jumpsuit. The moment he saw me, his expression twisted. Gone was the fake remorse he used in voicemails, replaced by raw, restrained rage. On the benches, Laura, his wife, sat elegantly dressed, but her face betrayed sleepless nights. For the first time, I saw shame in her eyes. The judge, a stern man in his 60s, reviewed the documents before speaking. "Mrs. Martinez, please tell the court what you have endured." I took a deep breath and spoke of everything: the beatings, the financial control, the humiliation, the $60,000 he stole from me. My voice broke, but I didn't stop. Daniel's lawyer tried to interrupt, but the judge silenced him. "And what did your son tell you yesterday?" the judge asked. "He threatened to have me declared mentally incompetent if I didn't lie for him. He said he'd throw me into the streets with nothing." He listened to the secret recordings Caroline had made. Afterward, he ruled. "Daniel Martinez, your bail request is denied. You will remain in custody until trial." Daniel erupted. "This is a lie. That crazy old woman is making everything up. You'll regret this, Mom. I swear when I get out, you'll pay." His threats echoed in the courtroom, proving every word I had spoken. After the hearing, Laura, his wife, approached me. "Mrs. Martinez," she said, her voice trembling, "I need to apologize. I saw your bruises, I heard the shouting, I knew, but I was too afraid. He threatened me too. He said he'd destroy my career if I ever betrayed him. But yesterday, after his arrest, I found documents. He's been stealing from me too, from my personal account." Her eyes filled with tears. "I'm filing for divorce, and I'll testify against him at trial. I won't protect him anymore." For the first time in years, I felt something stir inside me. Hope. That afternoon, Brenda brought more news. "Daniel's company wants to reach a settlement. If you return what's left of the stolen money, they won't press charges against you. And they're offering $25,000 in compensation, acknowledging you as a victim of fraud." "And my house?" I asked, terrified. Daniel said it was in his name too. Brenda smiled. "He lied. The deed is only in your name. He forged some papers, but legally, the house is yours." I cried from relief. For the first time, I dared to imagine a future where I could live without fear. But Daniel was not done. From jail, letters began to arrive. In the first, written in his sharp handwriting, he said, "Dear Mom, enjoy your little victory, but it's not over. I know things about you no one else knows, secrets from your years at the law firm. If I speak, you'll lose your reputation and maybe your freedom." I froze when I read. Could I really have been part of a crime without knowing? Days later, another letter arrived, crueler than the first. Inside were photos of documents with my handwriting, altered dates, missing pages, and worse. "I also have recordings, Mom. Recordings of you taking cash from clients, money you never declared, tax evasion. Do you want 15 years in prison? Unless you visit me in jail and sign a statement dropping all charges, these go public." I felt trapped. If I fought, he'd expose me. If I surrendered, he'd walk free and destroy me anyway. Brenda listened carefully. "There's a third option," she said. "We confess voluntarily. We expose our mistakes ourselves, before he can. That way, his blackmail loses power and his cruelty becomes undeniable." It was terrifying. Confessing meant risking shame, charges, everything. But hiding meant Daniel would always control me. "I'll do it," I whispered. "I'm tired of living in fear." Brenda organized a press conference. That morning, I dressed in gray, the way I had for decades at the firm. My heart pounded, but my voice was steady. "My name is Sophia Martinez, and for 3 years I have been abused by my son. He controlled me, beat me, stole from me. And now, even from jail, he blackmails me with secrets from my past. Today, I am taking that weapon from him. During my years as a secretary, I unknowingly made mistakes. I accepted small cash gifts I didn't report. I helped reorganize documents I didn't realize were evidence. These were errors, not crimes of intent. But my son has twisted them into weapons." The room was silent. I would rather face consequences for my mistakes than continue as his victim. To every woman listening, your freedom is worth more than your reputation. Don't let shame keep you in chains. By the end, journalists were scribbling furiously. Cameras flashed. I felt lighter than I had in years. That evening, Brenda told me the DA's office would not prosecute me. My voluntary confession and Daniel's blackmail attempts made me more valuable as a witness than as a defendant. I went back to my house for the first time in months. Caroline stayed with me that night. For the first time in 3 years, I slept peacefully, under my own roof, in my own bed. Daniel called me once more from jail. "Mom," his voice was broken. "You destroyed everything." "No, Daniel," I answered calmly. "You destroyed everything when you chose to make me your victim." "Will you ever forgive me?" he asked. "Maybe one day, when you accept what you did, when you change, when you pay for your crimes. Until then, I will never forget." I hung up, turned off my phone, and closed my eyes. Tomorrow, I would start my new job, a new life. I was no longer a prisoner of my past or my son's cruelty. For the first time in years, I was truly free. This is my story. My name is Sophia, and I hope my journey shows that it is never too late to reclaim your life, no matter how deep the shadows.